So now that we have seen how to add two matrices, let us see how to multiply two matrices. This logic seems to be slightly confusing for the beginners, don't worry. So just you will understand it once you start getting familiarity with the programming. Now in order to help you easily understand this, I just kept a matrix of size 1 by 3 and here 3 by 1. Now both the columns of the number of columns of the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. Only then we can perform the multiplication. Now if you look at this, the resultant matrix is going to be A00 times B00 plus A01 times B10 and A02 times B20. Now if you carefully observe this scenario, you will find a specific pattern here. The corresponding resultant matrix Cij will be AI0 times B0j and then AI1 times B1j, AI2 times B2j and so on till the number of columns, that is n. Now if you look at it, I and j will be constant for each term, whereas the variable one will be the column number. So here the column of the first matrix will be multiplied with the corresponding row of the second matrix, and this is what it varies. And you can easily write a simple expression something like this. The Cij can be calculated as the summation of Aik times Bkj. So this is how it works. Now you can consider this as n minus 1, not n. Now see if you can solve this problem and find out the solution now. I'm going to create a new file. I will name it matrix multiplication.c and I will copy the entire logic of matrix addition. So now we have two matrices of size. The first matrix is of size m by n. Let us say that the second matrix is of size p by q. So I will read the dimensions of second matrix. I will say enter the dimensions of first matrix. Now enter the dimensions of second matrix, and the second matrix dimensions are p and q. Now we need to check a simple condition, that is the number of columns of the first matrix should be equal to the number of rows of the second matrix. So if Pn is not equal to P, what this means is we cannot perform the matrix multiplication. So what can we say here is printf, since n is not equal to P, we cannot perform matrix multiplication. And we don't need to proceed forward. We can say return 1, or we can also say exit. So exit terminates the program, and return also here terminates the program because it is inside the main. That means it returns from the main function, so automatically it will terminate the program. Now then we start reading the value. Enter the values of the first matrix, and the dimensions are m and n. So we took m and n. Now enter the values for the second matrix. Here it is p and q. Now let's say slash n, and I'll put slash n. Now we got the values of both the matrices. Now what we need to do is matrix multiplication logic. Now given that the first matrix is of size m by n and the second matrix is of size p by q, the resultant matrix will be of size m by q. So here the for loop will be m by q. This is fine. Now here each term Cij is the summation of the product of all the terms, that is Aik times Bkj. So for this I will just take a variable called sum. I'll declare a variable here, say int sum, and I will initialize it to 0. Now how to calculate the terms? For each k equal to Again, we need to declare the variable k here. So what is k? K will go from 0 to n minus 1. So k is less than either n or p, both ways it works. Now what we will do is we will actually calculate the sum. Sum plus equal to means we are adding the value to the sum and the product of the terms aik and bkj. Now finally, the sum variable contains the sum of all the products and Ciz will be the value obtained in the sum. So here the sum contains the sum of all the products, that is aik times bkj, where k equal to 0 to n minus 1. So here it is 0 to n minus 1. Now each row of the first matrix will be multiplied with each column of the second matrix, and this is how it is. Even if you didn't understand it at the beginning, so don't worry, just see if you can do this over the paper and find how it works. And finally the resultant matrix Cij is going to be m by q. So the multiplication or product or multiplication result is m by q. Now let's see how this works. Enter the dimension of the first matrix. I will give 3 and 2. Enter the dimensions of the second matrix. I will give 4 and 5. So since not equal to p cannot perform matrix multiplication, this is what is done by this if condition. So both should be equal in order to proceed forward. That's fine. Now let us give some proper values. First matrix, let's say 2 by 2. Second matrix again 2 by 2. Now I'll say 10, 20, 30, 40. And second matrix I will give identity matrix, let's say 1, 0, 1. Now you see, so our product is proper because the any matrix into identity will result in the same matrix. So this is how it is. If you didn't understand this clearly, don't worry, but initially beginners tend to find it difficult. It should not be a problem.